This is the title-winning Arsenal team that we've been told is going to win the league. All we need is a striker. All we need is Eze. All we need is this, right? So they've got that now. This is a Manchester City team that's won 4 in a row, the treble, and is on a decline. We're in a phase 1 of the rebuild. So it's on them to win that game. If you want to challenge Liverpool, you are the 2 title challengers. You've got to beat us. Go and beat us. Tottenham went and beat us. Brighton went and beat us. Go and beat us. So,
are you on phase 1, Steve? Sorry to jump in. Do you think you're honestly phase 1 of the rebuild? Because we've done a rumor in goal now. Doku's had a season bedding in. So the players you've got, Rodri's back and all that. It's not phase 1 though. It's you're. I think you're going to be. We've done that Donnarumma signing as well, and that change of goalkeeper. I think you're going to be back up there. I think you're going to be back up there. Maybe not. Listen, maybe not with the Liverpool's not challenging, but you're going to be. You'll be top 4.
When you lose Ilkay Gundogan, Manuel Akanji, Kevin De Bruyne, all these players, and you're playing a number 10 at left back, you're playing a centre back at right back. Cherky's injured. It is a phase 1 because we dropped the ball. Last season we realised we weren't good enough. We had to replace it. So we're coming up against this Arsenal team that needed to win. And like you say, if you're going to challenge Liverpool, you've got to wipe the floor with us. It's all right saying you beat Man City 5-1 last season. What did that achieve? Nothing. You beat Real Madrid last season. What did that achieve? Nothing. So at the end of the day, we're a team that beats teams and gets shit done, but we know where we are. So we're winning 1-0 and we realise that, right, okay, we've got 2 options here. We either try and attack you again and open up the game and let you wipe the floor with us, or we dig in deep and see if we can go again. And let's be right, if Erling Haaland squares it to Phil Foden, it's 2-0, it's game over. But we didn't.
I can't believe it.
So, before the game, if you'd have said to me, I want to, would you take a point? I said, yeah, I would have took a point. A point's a better result than it is for you. And at the end of the day, we're on the back of Pep can't lose, 3 Premier League games this early. So it'll be disappointing to lose it. But I thought City played well. I thought they dug in deep when we had to. Is it ideal taking players off? No. Cousinov got himself injured. That wasn't ideal. We had to put Nunes on at right back. So this is what I'm trying to say about the phase. We're playing midfielders. We've got no right backs. So playing midfielders coming on at right back. You know what I mean? Erling Haaland gets injured. We've got no one. We've not got another striker at the club that can play there. Mamouchi's injured. So we're patched up a little bit. But listen, we played well. We're seeing some good signs, I thought, from Manchester City, that things are getting there. The spine of the club is being built. Donnarumma, Rodri, and Haaland. That's the spine of the football club. Now it's just adding little bits off it. So January will probably be the same. We're going to add to it and that. But I just think from Arsenal point of view, when is it good? If this isn't the team that wins the league, when are you winning the league?
No, that's a fair question. I agree. I with this manager, if this isn't the team that wins it, then it has to be a new manager. Because you're right. Like I've said it. I think the quality of the squad is there. Honestly, I look around the team, even A and B team, and I think, you know what? There's no excuses. I don't care what anyone says, and it's frustrating to see. Even that City game, I think your shape was really good. We tried to go through centrally, but we couldn't. There was never no one picking up the ball in the space. And when they did go through the middle, Arsenal, we actually hurt you. Funny enough, is where Eze, when he dropped into that 10 position, which Arteta's refusing to play him in or start him in, that's where we saw the goal from Eze, the through ball over the top from central position. I think we kept trying to use the flanks, which, listen, I think Noni did well. I think the flanks did work, but I think we were hurting you through the middle. And I give credit to City and their shape. And it was finding it hard to get through that middle. But you're right. That's the real ending of my point, though, is the fact that if he doesn't win it this season, then he's probably gonna have to go or actually, I say silverware. I'm not like everyone else. I know everyone's gonna say the Premier League, but Liverpool have always been favourites to win this league, but we have to win silverware this season.
I've got to give Martinelli credit for the goal, because I know a lot of people criticizing Donnarumma for where he was, but if you watch that, Nathan Ake switches off. He's watching Martinelli, so he knows where the ball is. It's come behind Josko Gvardiol, so I'm giving him benefit of the doubt, but it's the touch that kills it, because I think that Donnarumma thinks he's got to take a touch and it's going to push the ball in front of him, so he has to come out and slide. But because he trapped the ball basically dead, It was perfect finish. So, hey, I'm never going to listen. Arsenal battered us because we chose to dig in. We put 5 defenders on. We chose to dig in. And I'm not being funny. People saying, oh, well, Pep's digging in for a point and all that. Well, listen, the way we've been getting slapped recently, we're winning 1-0 away at the Emirates with 20 minutes to go. He's right to do that, because if 60 seconds later, Man City win 1-0, right, at the end of the day, then we're doing it. What do you mean? No, he's not. We haven't got the players to take it to
Steve, come on.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I've got to interject because I was criticised for saying that Man City should go defensive last show. And you said, Steve, we don't play like that. We're not built like that. This is Pep Guardiola. We're going to take it to Arsenal. We're going to attack. You guys were playing a 5-5-0 at the end of that game. That's not City's way. I liked it, but it's not City's way, Steve.
I didn't like it.
Erling Haaland has to come off because he was injured. He's back, right? We had no striker. We got Mateus Nunes, who had to come on at right back because the right back got injured. You've got Rodri, who was treading water, who's just come back from an ACL, who's played 293 minutes in 8 days. Right? We were fucked. We were dead men walking. So we had no option. We haven't got the bench like Arsenal have got to go and bring on Eze and all these. We didn't have that. You've got to look at context. We played our hand. We had to do what we had to do. Do we go and try and push and get beat 2-1, right? Like we did at Brighton? Or do we sit deep and try and get something? We sat deep and got something. It's all right, people jumping on Pep Guardiola now, but how many times in the last 10 years that Pep Guardiola's been at the club? Not 10 minutes, 10 fucking years has he done that? He's not. But at the minute, he played that card. He's entitled to play that card.
But this is why
we got ridiculed for that, though. We got ridiculed.
This is why.
Because you needed to win. You need to win. You were going for the title. We ain't going for no title at the minute. We've lost 2 games.
Steve, hold on. Let me go one second. I agree, Steve. I agree with you, but this is why when I suggested it last week, you was like, nah, I bet you we won't play like that. Because I knew Pep has got a history of when he needs to, or where he feels insecure, or where he's worried about losing. Because I think he was worried about losing. When he used to come to Anfield, he used to play more defensively, and when he went to Arsenal. First, get the positives out of the way. I think that was one of the best performances from an attacker I've seen from Doku all season.
He was quality.
Jeremy Doku was ridiculous.
But just let me say this one thing, a quick point. Just let me say this one thing. He hasn't gone defensive because he started the same lineup in the last 3 games. Man United at home, Napoli at home, Arsenal away. So he's not changed a thing.
I'll tell you why.
He has.
Hold on. Let me counter that. I'll tell you where the changing point was. First of all, Doku. And secondly, Haaland is playing like the best striker in Europe right now. Like everyone talks about his goals and his tap-ins, and that's all he does. He bullied Saliba and Gabriel, ragdolled them for 90 however long he was on the pitch. No, I don't think no attacker has done that to them to that extent. Cecil, you might disagree or agree. I've never seen anyone
ragdolled them, yeah?
Oh, ragdolled them, brother.
No.
First half,
he was
he
cooking.
bullied them.
But second half they handled him.
From Arsenal point of view, no, he had nothing. But this is my point, Tobbs. This is what I'm getting to. Secondly, Eze and Martinelli aside, that move that you lot put together, Eze was a breath of fresh air. The rest of his team tactics, his formation stunk the gaff out. And be fair to all of us at the Big Six, we said it at the start of the game in the mob. We said, yo, he's killed the vibes. He let City have a foot in the game. And if you let City have a foot in the game, they have still got the players of Rodri, Silva, and Haaland's quality. So they will gain some form of control. Where I disagree with Steve is when you've got a 1-0 lead and you're playing a vulnerable Arsenal at that stage. At that stage, Arsenal are panicking, throwing on attacker after attacker. You still have some form of outlet. When he took off Doku as well,
me and Matisse told you, Grizz. We told you.
When he took off everyone, then he brought on a 5th centre back, Steve. He brought on John Stones as well at the end.
Yeah, he did bring
That's
on.
He's asking.
Forget about John Stones. He took off Jeremy Doku for Nico Gonzalez. So,
but you know what happened,
Steve talks about Rodri. He's just been injured or whatnot. Rodri stayed on and played for 90 minutes. There's no problem with bringing on Nathan Ake to go to a back 3, but you have literally taken off any sort of threat in the transition for Arsenal.
Was no threat.
One text, Steve. When he made those subs, that was him basically saying to Arteta, you know what?
I got nothing else to throw at you offensively. Now it's a case of, can my team literally shut you out? Come on, man.
That's right. By the way, what Toby's is saying is right.
Something to think about. Imagine
the
if Doku stayed on the pitch.
Yeah, by the 45-minute subs, the two subs, obviously Eze and Saka.
Right, and he brought
we didn't make an attacking sub until like the 80th minute. That was apart from the half. So we were kind of like, this is what we've got. And you guys, we didn't score until like.
Man, I'm saying Savinho came on for Doku. No, that's not true. Nico Gonzalez
came on near the end to do what Doku was doing.
Nico Gonzalez came on for Doku. What is Nico Gonzalez doing on that football pitch?
Right, what part of football don't you understand that Jeremy Doku could not run anymore? He was fucked. He was fucked, mate. He was breathing out of his ass. He couldn't. He was signaling to the bench. He was gone. He was gone. So you want to keep a player on the pitch, right, who can't run and press anymore, and we got no outlet. So what he did is he brought Gonzalez on to shore up the midfield. Then he brought Savinho on as an outlet when he realised it. We played our cards the best we played. We are not going to go and attack Arsenal and get Giddy and get beat fucking 3-1 because we've done that before. So at the point for Manchester City, whatever anyone wants to sugarcoat it, the point for Manchester City is a better result than Arsenal.
We said that at the start. We said that. I said you'd love a point.
That. What I'm saying is you had an opportunity to win. I didn't think you were going to win, but you had an opportunity to win. You even had guys like Oscar Bob on the bench. There's no way Nico Gonzalez should be coming on before someone like Oscar Bob. What I'm trying to say is, yes, I understand Haaland's playing these games, but you basically surrendered like 85% of any sort of counter-attacking impetus you had on the pitch.
You just said that Eze came on and changed the game. So would you not rather bring an extra man in midfield to try and stop Eze getting in the space in the 10, or would you rather bring Oscar Bob on in case City knock it long and Oscar Bob?
But Steve, but which one is? But what I'm trying to say is, which one is it? You brought on Stones and Ake, and then you brought on Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah, because he went to defend the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, but but Steve, you were defending for pretty much the whole game.
No,
the difference is you had a threat in transition. But anyway, I'm not even trying to make this all about Pep. What I was going to say, man,
why are we focused on Pep, man? Like, why are we?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say in that moment, Pep shed. But we can flip it back on Arteta as well. Because
we need to stay on Arteta. We need to stay on Arteta. Why are we talking about Guardiola? I'll be serious, man. Why? I would love it.
One at a time.
Yeah. Please, guys. Like, listen, Man City, cool. Did we all predict Man City to win this game? By the way,
no.
We literally all predicted Arsenal to win this game. So let's stick on the main culprit, Arteta. Can we stay on this guy, bro? Because he is the reason why Arsenal have not won that game. Can we just make it clear? Right. Arsenal were the favourites. Arsenal have got a super team. Arsenal have got a big squad. Arsenal, this is meant to be their year. So it's on Arsenal. The most is on Arsenal. I'm sorry. Yes, Man City have done what they've done, but this is not one of the best Man City teams we've seen. Defensively vulnerable. It was on Arsenal and Arteta to make and establish the game, basically. Yes! To win. This idea of Guardiola, was he defensive? Cool, yeah. They at the end they were scared, but Arsenal and Arteta was a coward. He is a coward, bro. And he's the reason why Arsenal are not winning anything, bro, because he's got the handbrakes on every single time, bro. You bought 60 million. Let it all work out. Brother, work it out on the football pitch. Let it all work out, bro. All of this, yeah. You bring Ian Wright, you bring this, you do that. And then in the biggest game possible, you know what? I think Marino Rice and Zubimendi is the solution. Are you taking a piss, bro? And you know what? What did I say on this show about Gyökeres? It's not about Gyökeres. No, hold on a minute. I said on this show, yeah, it's easy to cook Gyökeres, and we will do, because that's what fans are, yeah? We'll cook Gyökeres 007. But it's on Arteta to find solutions for Gyökeres, bro. That's
007. Wait, slow down. Don't 007. Hey, says yo. Don't 007.
No, hold on a minute. I'm just saying. We can Gyökeres. Hold on.
007 when Sesko hasn't bagged his nasty.
It's fucking crazy.
Let me rewind that. You can't be lagging there. Okay, that was a little bit of an L there. But what I'm trying to say is, though, Gyökeres has not scored in the big game. Everyone's looking to Gyökeres, but it's on Arteta to provide the platform for Gyökeres to do what he's got to do. End of the day, he's not like an Isak. He's not like an Ekitike. He's not someone that's gonna, you know, get
fair.
on the little half space and do whatever. He's a guy that's in the box, bro. That's where he's the best at. And for me, you're not providing the strength of your player. So for me, I'm just looking at it right now. And I'm like, Arteta, you're a coward. And also, I'm sorry, man. The Arsenal players celebrating the end tells you everything you need to know about Arsenal Football Club. Why are you celebrating at 1-1? Get the ball back and get it to center field.
Cecil.
The Turkish and then, man. But I just think for me, that epitomizes Arsenal right there. They thought they won it. And I'm like, you haven't won anything. The job's not done. Get the ball back and win the game. And by the time celebration finished, the game was done. So for me, Arteta, he's the problem. And he needs to fix it because there is no escaping. If Cecil, if you're saying this year, if he doesn't win anything, he's got to go, then I'm sorry, man. There's no hiding that fact. There's no hiding now. Yeah, simple.
And he knows that. He's got to change something quickly. I think it's criminal. I've already spoke about this criminal, that midfield three that he started. And yeah, there's some things I do agree with. What you said, it was on us. That game was on us. 100%. We were favourites. That is fair to say. The Gyökeres thing, I mean, firstly, big him up. Obviously, just won that the Gerd Muller, I think, awards.
Yeah, big up to him. Yeah,
big up. Let me put that in there. But listen, he's. I don't know what it is. We're not playing to his strengths massively. I think he actually is a good player. I think a lot of Arsenal fans have actually written him off already, which I think is a bit ludicrous. I think he is a goal scorer.
He was rubbish. Can we at least be honest? He was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, his touch wasn't great.
Absolutely terrible. He was in Gvardiol and Ruben Diaz's back pocket. The ball was bouncing off his shins. He looks clunky as hell. I agree. But again, the theme of today's show is two things can be true. Arsenal are not playing to his strengths, but he in his own right is not doing enough to unsettle the opposition. He was absolutely terrible yesterday. You compare the performance with Haaland, and Haaland isn't even known for being like a link man, but like you looked, especially in that first half more than the second half. First half, Haaland wasn't making it an easy game for Saliba and Gabriel. They had to have their wits on.
I hear we're ready to jump in on Gyökeres, and I get it. Like Saeed said, this is what fans do, like rival fans, whatever, blah blah blah.
No, I'm not trying to.
I hear it.
He's not the problem. Gyökeres is
he's not. I hear it, but he's not the problem. The problem goes back to that man, the manager, the coach, who talks so fucking much. I'm tired of listening to that guy talk so much, man. Every press conference, he started talking ingenuously to journalists now. Oh, you didn't ask about my midfield against Bilbao? How are you fucking comparing away to Bilbao in the Champions League night to and Steve said it himself, so I'm not even trying to troll City, a vulnerable City. City just got battered by Spurs and pretty much battered by Brighton. And you've got them at home, and you are the league favourites with Liverpool, whatever, right? And City, for the first time in a decade, probably, Steve, are third favourites, right? You have got your chance. You've got your attackers. Saka's no problem. Saka's not fully fit. I understand that. He don't need to start. But you have Odegaard's out, no problem. You know why no problem? Because you've just invested 60 million on what Arsenal fans are telling us is twice the player Odegaard is in Eza. You've signed Eza. He's had a nice start. He's got an assist from the left-hand side. What do? You don't even pick Martinelli, who scored the goal against Bayern, you know, the goal against
Bilbao.
In Bilbao. Yeah. You bring in Trossard with the grey hair. Like, Trossard comes in from the wilderness. You put him on the left. You nullify your pace completely. Madueke is suddenly your outlet only. You don't let your fullbacks go past the halfway line when they're very capable of going past the halfway line. Calafiori's allowed to invert now and again, and Timber now and again when he feels like it. You pick 3 DMs. Gyökeres isn't the problem here, people. No, Gyökeres didn't have a good game. Gyökeres could have done more. But the problem is that, and I said it from the start, the mentality of the Arteta will define Arsenal's season. And so far, he ain't shown nothing. This was the chance to show something. We all predicted Arsenal wins for a reason, because I agree with you. You have got the best depth squad in the Premier League. But Eze, Martinelli, and Wanyeri, all on the subs bench, and picking that midfield with Trossard and Gyökeres up front, you asked for trouble and you got trouble. Lucky Eze comes on, beautiful pass. Martinelli, beautiful touch, got you out of jail. Because trust me, you know, people are talking about bigging up Donnarumma. I don't think he had a great game. I don't think Donnarumma had mad saves to make. He was just doing punching. He was doing basics.
He was good at
Yeah.
He was good at
He didn't have many saves.
I know.
The first shot that
He was
Arsenal had was
good.
Madueke on the 45th
Brother.
minute. Gyökeres didn't have a shot.
I'll tell you what, Donnarumma
They had no
game.
shot for 20 minutes. to up Man City
Donnarumma's
score.
instructions were their best
Crazy.
threat will be aerially, and he done his.
He did well. He did well. That's what I was going to say.
Which actually pisses me off, if I'm being honest.
He just brought, if you watch with Donnarumma, I said it on the show, he brings a different kind of presence. He's barking at the back four. Our back four the last few weeks has been terrible. Everyone's saying Man City's back four is terrible. Since Donnarumma's came in, it's no coincidence that it looks a little bit better. And gone as the Edison passed the ball at the back, Arsenal press us to death, we make a mistake. It was, listen, smash it long to the big fella. Let the big man cause havoc. And you know what? It worked. And Haaland got through again. All he had to do is roll it to Phil Foden and tap it in 2-0. So there was mistakes made by Man City, but all I'm going to say is the Arsenal problems are their problems. Our problems, we know what our problems are. Our problems are get some sort of consistency, start getting this squad back up to where it needs to be. Liverpool and Arsenal are a far better team and more consistent than us at the minute. But a point at the Emirates for us where we are now, you know, we're going to take it. And with the Gyökeres thing, you know, everyone who watches this show regular, I told you about Gyökeres. I'm not dissing him. I told you what kind of a player he would be and how that would happen. And when he did not perform, that everybody else would blame everybody else, you know, and say, look, they're not giving him the ball. And this is the problem you get when you've got a big striker like that. We had it at Man City. The second Haaland, does not start scoring, or he's looking awkward and clunky, they'll be telling you he's a League Two striker. Get him out of the club. You play better without him. This is coming at Arsenal soon. Look at Erling Haaland, what I said to you last week. He's changed his game. Was he stood there arguing with Gabriel and Saliba and wrestling to them on the floor? No, he was taking a couple of steps forward and saying, look, I'll drop into midfield, lay the ball off, but I'll tell you what, I've got gaps to run into. Look at his goals recently against Man United. He's galloping like a gazelle behind them. Look at his goal against Arsenal. He doesn't get that goal if he's tangling with Gabriel. Gabriel booted him up the arse at one point in the second half. That's what hurted his back because he got frustrated. But Arsenal will have to learn to adapt to Gyökeres because, like what Toby said, it was bouncing off his shoulder. It was bouncing off his shins. Ruben Diaz was wrestling with him. He fell into the trap. And like you say, City had to play dirty and play with a bit of grit. And it's not the kind of Manchester City I've seen for the last few years. But it was a needs, must sort of situation. We know where we are. And I'm just going to leave it on this. A point was a good result for us in the end.
Steve, sorry, just quickly. Did Haaland have to adjust to City a bit, or was it all on the team adjusting to Haaland? Because because you've first of all, in my opinion, Erling Haaland is 10 times the striker he is. 10 times, right? So it's not a case of that. But what I think it is, I think the Premier League's a different kettle of fish for him. I think people were blinded by the goal scoring record, which is phenomenal in Portugal, and I feel like he's gonna get frustrated. Like Haaland did, he went through a little spell where he gets frustrated and you naturally start tangling with centre-backs and trying to overdo it. And you've got to not do that. You've got to relax a little bit. And I think that Arsenal have got all the tools around him to supply the ammo. He's just got to pull the trigger on it. He's got to concentrate on his own game and not get dragged in. Because I said it on air, some centre-backs who you wouldn't expect, like your Lewis Dunks and mad people like that, will love playing against Gyökeres because that's what they want. They don't want him getting in behind them. And at the minute, listen, it's early doors, but the Arsenal fans can't. If you're backing him, I've never backed him. Before he signed for Arsenal, I've never backed him. So I'm going to say what I think of him. But if you guys are backing him, I backed him before. So
you've got to back him. Regardless of games, you've got to back him. And then Arteta has also got to back him. And he's got to create a system that plays to his strengths, you know?
Yeah, Matisse, before you go, the last things on this. I said I'm frustrated with the way we're playing. That's pissing me off. We'll go back to Mikel Arteta right now. The style of play, the towels by the balls, we're doing longer goal kicks, we're doing long throw-ins. I know a lot of teams are now adjusting to this, kicking it in the corners from kickoffs, all of that. But like with the quality of our squad, whether that's Martin Zubimendi, whether that's Eze, whether that's Ifeanyi, these are ball-playing players. These are players that you stand up and want to watch. You pay money to see technical players. We're not. It's pissing me off. We're birthed off that. I fell in love with Arsenal for the way we play, and we're going the complete opposite direction. I don't get why either, because the players are there. Like there's enough footballing quality on that pitch. Declan Rice is a technically good player. Yes, he covers every blade of grass, but he's fucking good on the ball. Martin Odegaard hasn't been great, but he's a technical player. All these players, I actually think bar Gyökeres, we have a freaking good technical team. And that's what has pissed me off the most, because we can beat teams playing that way. We can beat teams playing beautiful football. I've seen Arsenal do it with lesser players. So I don't know what Arteta's doing. He needs to address it. And I know it should be, I wouldn't say it's not that easy just to change your style of play, but he's done it. We've seen it before, and the players are of quality to be able to do it. So
I would add Mikel Merino into that. He's not a technical player. Mikel Merino.
No, he's not, but he's a good fit. I think he's one of our best.
Good finisher. It's a good finisher, but the way as an eight, that he either goes missing or he doesn't pick his head up quickly.
He's an awful midfielder.
He's an awful midfielder.
He's an awful midfielder.
Yeah,
he does not play well whenever he plays in the midfield. He's just good for winning duels. That's it. Winning duels and box crashing.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to get through super chats, but I'm surprised no one's brought up Rice, because
Declan Rice, boy,
Rice was awful.
Awful game.